Welcome to the newly restored Blue Room at Mount Vernon. If you were a guest in Washington's day, you might have had an opportunity to stay in this room. It was one of the principal guest bedchambers in the house, and it was located right at the top of the stairs. As we approached the refurnishing of this room, we really had a challenge. None of the original furnishings survived, so we had to comb back through the documentary evidence to understand what might have been here in the 1790s. One of the biggest clues that helped us understand the furnishings in this room was the room name. It was called the Blue Room in a 1796 memo, and that name also appeared in one of the inventories. That right there told us that the dominant color in the room would of course be blue. And as was typical, as was customary at the time, that dominant color came from the textiles, and the rest of the furnishings, including the wall finishes, would have been coordinated with that as well. Many of the furnishings were actually ones that the Washingtons had probably purchased earlier in the marriage, used in other rooms. So they are period chairs representing a Gothic style Rococo chair, which was a popular style at the time. The bed was one that was acquired by the Washingtons in 1759. The dressing table and dressing glass are representing pieces that Mrs. Washington is known to have brought to Mount Vernon from the Custis estate, as it's detailed in those estate records. Other elements of the room, though, were much newer. When the Washingtons returned in 1797, they updated the entire house. That included adding wallpaper. And so the wallpaper here represents a circa 1790s French-style wallpaper. Another important update at that time were the prints, the fine art prints throughout the room. Washington had purchased over 60 of these prints during the presidency, and he hangs 4 of them here. All of these different elements added up to a very well-furnished room in the 1790s. It wasn't elaborate or ostentatious, but it was luxurious accommodations for the guest at the time. What's interesting about this room is it really showcases that in the 1797, when the Washingtons return, they are very much looking forward to life together and to many years together in peace and happiness after all the many years of the rigors of war and the toil of public service.